Today we're going to talk about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. In our first slide, we see a prokaryotic cell right here in red and a eukaryotic cell here in blue. A prokaryotic cell is very small in diameter. It's unicellular, which means the whole entire organism is made up of only one cell. It's a simple organism. A nucleus is not present. Organelles are not present. Usually a cell wall is present. As you can see here along the edges, there's a cell wall. And a cell membrane is usually present as well. Ribosomes are the only organelle-like items that are found in a prokaryotic cell. And DNA is present, as you can see here in the picture. This tan squiggly line is the genetic material, but it's not found in a nucleus. It's freely flowing throughout the organism. An example of a prokaryotic cell would be bacteria. Eukaryotic cells are much larger. They're multicellular, which means the organism is made of many eukaryotic cells. It's considered to be a complex structure, and this is because of all the different organelles that are found inside of it. There's usually a cell wall only in plants and some fungi, but not in animals, so no animal cells have a cell wall. Cell membranes are present throughout all of the different types of eukaryotic cells. Ribosomes are also present, and DNA is found in this large purple organelle that's called a nucleus. So the nucleus contains the DNA in a eukaryotic cell, whereas if we back up, the prokaryotic cell, it does have DNA, but there's no nucleus. The DNA is just freely flowing. A recap of prokaryotic cells is that they have DNA, but they do not have a nucleus. So they do have DNA, but they do not have that DNA contained in a nucleus. They are surrounded by a cell membrane, and usually the example that we will use for prokaryotic cells would be bacteria. These are three examples of prokaryotic cells, and they all three are examples of bacteria as well. Eukaryotic cell recap. Protists, plants, animals, and fungi are all organisms that have eukaryotic cells. Now remember, there is DNA, but that DNA is found enclosed in a nucleus, and a nucleus is an organelle. And also that eukaryotic cells are considered to be complex because they have organelles. Just a review on cells. All cells are small, surrounded by a membrane, and contain DNA. The differences are prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. They do have DNA, but no nucleus. Usually we talk about bacteria when we're talking about prokaryotic cells, and prokaryotic cells do not have organelles. The only organelle-like structure would be a ribosome. Moving over to eukaryotes or eukaryotic cells, they have DNA and a nucleus. They have many organelles, and examples of living organisms that have eukaryotic cells are protists, fungi, plants, and animals.